Okay, how's everybody doing out there? Today is going to be a special Mercury, and retrograde reading. I did shuffle the cards before, but I'm going to reshuffle again. So Mercury retrograde, this reading is going to take you to a different space. So this is not about your sun sign. This is going to be about where Mercury is in your natal chart. So if you go on to Google and you Google your natal chart, you have to put in your birth date and your time, and some places have the time and place where you were born. And you want to put it in there, and then you can kind of see where Mercury falls. So Mercury might be in an air sign, Mercury might be in a fire sign, Mercury might be in a earth sign, or water sign. So wherever that Mercury is in your chart, or it might be two signs, right? So, and that's okay, because majority of the people do have a planet that encompasses two signs. So wherever Mercury lies in your natal chart, okay, that's where it is. And most charts will tell you exactly what it is. There's usually like a description that says Mercury and Taurus, or Mercury and Aquarius, or Mercury and Aries, you know, so, or Mercury and Virgo. So it would tell you. So you're going to go based on that, okay? So this is not about your sun sign. This is about where your Mercury is placed. What's up, all you Mercurial people out there? How you doing? What's up, Geminis? What's up, Virgos? All right, retrograde, huh? How you feeling out there? All right, well, we're going to get to you, but let's start off with Aries. What's going on with Aries? All right, so if you have a Mercury in Aries. Mercury in Aries. This is what's for you. The Mercury in Aries, whatever that might be in your chart. Mercury in Aries, that's all that matters. All right, so something want to hold on. Something wants to hold on. So let me see what wants to hold on. Yeah, let me just get to the end of this because I feel it. All right, look at you. Okay, so Mercury in Aries, King of Pentacles. So not only are you legit like that, you know, you got the status, you got the royal status, you know, you done been there, done that, you done work the work, you done talk the talk, you done did the do, you know, you done did all of that, and you at peace, okay? You're at like peace and harmony with everything that's around you, so much so that you can just sit out and take a nap. Like, what? But don't get it twisted though, you know what I mean? You ready for that life though. Let somebody come up and disturb your peace if you want. Let somebody come up and try to wake you out of your peace. There is gonna be an issue, so don't see all this plush and lavish, you know, as if, oh, okay, if something was to happen, that person is just gonna be, you know, just tuck their tail under them and just keep going. No, you know, as a King of Pentacles, I mean, come on, you done did that, done that, and you're reaping your benefits. You know, you all in your harvest. You done picked your harvest. You know, you're wallowing in your harvest, and you're appreciating your harvest. Now, as far as Mercury retrograde, you know, and I'm going to repeat this with a lot of fire signs, is that, you know, it's slowing you down, but still, you already ahead of the game. You already ahead of the game, and you rule the head. So no worries during this Mercury retrograde. If anything, it's going to make whatever you're planning even more better. What? Even more precise. What? Because you're actually telling the air where to go. That's probably what you're doing right there. Look, got his eyes all closed, all outside. If he didn't want to get all up in that air, he would have stayed inside, right? And did all the meditation. But he outside, and he outside directing. Because I said he as a pronoun, that can mean, you know, male or female. He is in everybody. Everybody has a femme and a he, Okay, so don't get that twisted. And it's bright for you. It's really bright for you, Aries. So yes, take this opportunity, slow a little bit down, but don't think about it as if I slow down, other people gonna catch up. No, because whether you slow down or not, you're still gonna be faster than everybody else. That's how it works. So you take this Mercury retrograde, you appreciate it, honey. You get the details of everything. You know, sit down, you can, you know, meditate. You got time now because, like I said, you done sealed the deal, you done it, everything's coming in, you sitting like pretty, real pretty. So now, yeah, take that time out, go out and meditate, feel the air against your face, you know, feel it against your skin and direct it in the way that you want it to go. Have a good Mercury retrograde, Aries. All right, Taurus. If you have Mercury in Taurus, just look at your natal chart. You can Google your natal chart. You have to know your birth date and the time that you were born. Even if you know if you were born in the morning, afternoon, or evening, that somewhat helps. Gets you kind of in that area of where your planets would have been or should be, or somewhere on there. At least it gives you an idea. Something is better than nothing, right? Especially when you're dealing with a Mercury air retrograde, right? So let's see what's going on for you, Taurus. What is it? The Mercury in Taurus, all right? What is going on for you right now? This is for Mercury's in Taurus. So you just look at your natal chart and you see where your Mercury is. It's the one that's between, it looks like the Taurus and Venus sign put together. That's what the Mercury symbol looks like. A Taurus and Venus sign just meshed together. So let's take a look here and see what's going on. Ooh. All right. So we have the Six of Pentacles. So the Mercury and Taurus, honey, you are dealing with balance here. And you are passionate about the balance that you are creating. So if you have Mercury in Taurus, this is just basically telling you, yeah, on one end, you are balanced. You can give and receive. You are at that equilibrium state where you have that money to give to charity. You have, even if it's not money, you have that wisdom to share, that knowledge to share, that gift or talent to share, you know, that is giving, you know what I mean? Because whatever you're putting out there, somebody's going to be receiving it, you know, and then the other way around. You might need help and know that you need help. Some people don't even know when they need help, you know, and they refuse to get help. But you're so balanced where you even know where help is needed, and you know, okay, I need help in this situation, in that situation, so I'm going to go ahead and get that. And in return, it's a cycle of abundance and wealth all the way around. On the other side, it could be like, okay, well, you're giving to others, or people are milking you, you know, for all your juice and whatnot, and you don't have none for yourself. You home, you tired because all day you done put all your energy and effort to other people's things, other people's ideas, other people's energies. But what about yourself? So also taking care of yourself if you have Mercury in Taurus, and start to value and communicate and think about your ideas, your thoughts, you know what I mean? What you want to put into fruition, what you value, what you makes you feel good, you know what I mean? So spend more time doing that if you have Mercury in Taurus. That way you can get to that equilibrium part where you can give, you know, and receive. Have a good day and night. All right, if you got Mercury in Gemini, all right, hey, how you doing? What's around? So Mercury is at home, honey. Mercury is like, yup, I'm just gonna be like chilling. I'm at home. I don't need to do nothing. But it's a retrograde, so everybody's going back, you know, in the past, looking at past, you know, relationships, past associations for you in particular with the Star card, past groups that you were involved in, past businesses, corporations that you was involved in, any entities that anything that you associated yourself with, any memberships, you know what I mean? You are told that you are supposed to be associating yourself, but here's the catch. What are you associating yourself with? You know what I mean? Is it the right places? Are you associating yourself with the right people? Are you associating yourself with the right things? You know what I mean? Are you associating yourself with the right environment? Are you in the right environment where you can have good associations that's going to bring forth, you know, that abundance, that overflowing, that never ending of possibilities, you know, because you are the star. You know, like I said, Mercury is at home, but it's slowing down. It's chilling. It got the fuzzy slippers on. It might want to procrastinate a little bit. It's drinking tea. You know, it's taking naps. It's like, I ain't got to do nothing. But in actuality, you know you do. You know what I mean? With the retrograde slowing you down, but still, you're still faster than anybody else, you know, because it's Mercury at home, you know, and Gemini. So, or comfortable with Gemini, should I say. So definitely go ahead with the associations, your surroundings, but go ahead with it if it feels good. You know what I mean? If it logically is right for you. You know what I mean? If you run down your whole list of A through Z and you figure out like the pros, ways, the cons, and hey, you know what I mean? That might be a start to making that decision. But however you do it, you know, your choices and who you associate with in your community and your surroundings, you know, in your everyday, you know, life, that's what's important for you, having Mercury in Gemini. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. All right, if you have Mercury in Cancer, this is for Mercury in Cancer retrograde. You got the Page of Pentacles. So go ahead, okay? You done did that. All right, you started somewhere, but now you've seen progress in whatever that you're doing that you're caring about. But with this Mercury retrograde, it's slowing you down a little bit. You know what I mean? It's gonna slow you down, and you're gonna feel that. But this is here to tell you that even though it's going to slow you down for the next 13 days, you know, it might be, you know, a mountain or a molehill that you got to get over and climb. But you can do that, you know what I mean? Don't let the retrograde slow you down. You know, it's a little resistant, but you're going to have to kind of fight through it. But you're definitely using this Mercury, this air, this thinking energy to really ponder, okay, what's your next step? I done did this and that, and I got this established, and I see this growing, and this is flush and fruitful over here, and you know, I done tilled the soil over here, and that's growing, and you know, I done put up the post over here, and that's doing well, and okay, so now what? You know what I mean? How can I make it grow even more? And you're Cancer, you know, Mercury in Cancer, so whatever that you think and communicating is going to spread, you know, due to your Cancerian ways, you know what I mean? So, and the moon is in Gemini as I'm speaking, so that's really powerful, having Mercury in Cancer. So definitely don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't wallow. There ain't no time for that. You know what I mean? Let me just say that again. Hold up. Cancer, ain't no time for no emotions, okay? Put your emotions to the side, okay? It's not time to be thinking slow. You're already going to be slowed down anyway. So you might as well use it to think and not feel, okay? Think about that next path that you're going to go, for that next bag, for that next idea or creation, for that next job, for that next application that you put in for wherever you want to get into, for that next, you know, whatever, you know what you're doing. So definitely no emotions with this for the next 13 days. That's your challenge. It's all about thought in that process, okay? Have a good day and night, Mercury in Cancer. Hello, hello, hi, for the Mercury in Leos. So this reading is for if you have Mercury in the sign of Leo, okay? The King of Pentacles wants to shine in this reading, okay? So that's wonderful. I like to say the King of Pentacles, okay? So this Mercury, so whatever you're thinking about and communicating about and letting it shine through, it is working because it has gotten you to this status this far. And even if you're at a point where you're like, oh, well, I'm not at where I want to be, look at the past. That's what the rewind retrograde is about. Look at where you came from. You know what I mean? You started at some type of bottom, and you might not still be at the bottom. You might be at level 3 instead of level 0. But hey, that's a smaller side of the King of Pentacles. You know what I mean? That's like a mini version of it. Take that. You know what I mean? Cherish that. So you're disciplined, very disciplined. And with the fire and Mercury, you know, the Leo fire and the Mercury, you know, your fire is directing that mercurial energy in the right way, because it's brought you status, it's brought you royalness, it's brought you good business deals, you know, good business ventures, you know what I mean? Like very disciplined, where you can just see the reward. You can see you already eating the fruits of your labor. You enjoying it. You're meditating, you know what I mean? You're very focused. You know, on the other hand, you know, it could be, you know, a lot of greed, a lot of ego. You know what I mean? Like hashtag hair flip real hard, Leo. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, just very like, yeah, you know, just nasty about it. And that's no way to go, because as easy, I shouldn't say as easy, but as it came, it can go. So definitely, you know, check yourself when you know you got it like that, you know. But I mean, do you really gotta like always show that you got it like that, and prove that you got it like that, and communicate that you got it like that, and think, I mean, yeah, it's good to think that you got it like that, but you know, balance it, because sometimes if you overly think, you know what I mean, about how you all this, that, and the other, and you don't really level yourself, you know, when it's time to your community, to, you know, the people that you see every day, to your co-workers, to your friends, to your family, to your neighbors, you know what I mean, then trust and believe there's gonna be people talking about you. Okay, I'm saying it's Mercury and Leo. Trust and believe people gonna be talking about you either way, whether negative or positive. But as long as you stay on that path that you focused on, you already know, because you did it, you done it, and you already seen the benefits for it, stay on that path and just check your ego once again. All right, have a wonderful day and night, Mercury in Leos. All right, we are on to Mercury in Virgo. So the Mercury in Virgo, how perfect, right? The Magician card. And who runs the Magician card? Mercury. It's a mercurial card, okay? So, and you know what? It's a wonderful placement to have Mercury in Virgo, because that's like your sister, you know what I mean? Gemini is like your sister. Mercury, you share a planet with Gemini, which is a wonderful thing. And it's just so funny that the moon is in Gemini as I'm doing this reading. So this is extra strong, where Mercury is in your chart, which is in Virgo. So very practical here, okay? I mean, like, whew, you talk about magician, this is like ultimate time, because yeah, the retrograde has you rewind. It's like a scratch it up, rewind. You know what I mean? It like takes you all the way back to the past and brings you up to the present, jumps you back up to the past. I mean, and bringing up people and things like that, and old relationships and failures maybe that you thought failed in your life, and all these things are coming back into play. But you're at a perfect pace right now. So if you was like constantly like grrr, now it's like slowing down. You know what I mean? It's not as slow as maybe some of the other signs, but it's slowing down where you can actually really work that magic, really bring, you know, all your manifestations into reality. This is a perfect time to do that. On the other side, and you have done it before, you know what I mean? Because this is a constant thing. You know, this is a unlimited possibilities type of situation. And then on the other side of it, Okay, yeah, you have these ideas, you know, things that you want to manifest, things you want to bring into fruition, but you're not really acting upon it. You're not really doing it. You like probably too much pondering and not doing, you know, too much thinking, too much talking about it, which is still good, but not doing nothing about it. So this is also telling you, all right, start to put that, yeah, you're doing magic, but put that works into it. You know what I mean? Faith without works is what? It's pretty much dead. So yeah, you're doing all this on the side and behind the scenes, but what are you doing to move it forward? And once you put in that effort, that work, you know what I mean, the universe will just circle around and start putting things into place. And those who already done did it, you done seen it already. You know, you're looking around right now. Look around. You're looking at me. Look around. Yup, you done did it already. You done did it already. Keep on doing it because that's the formula. Have a wonderful, wonderful, oh my gosh, this is going to be excellent for you guys for the next 13 days. Mercury in Virgo. Have a wonderful day and night. Libras, Mercury in Libra. So this reading is for Mercury in Libra. You got the Fool card, all right? You just like fa la 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 lying. There's no cares in the world. You know what I mean? You are basically putting your trust into the universe. This is like heavy faith. This is like being in the present, like completely in the present. That's why it's 0. You know, you're on this new journey, you know, and it's a pure journey, you know what I mean? It's like, and you got backup and support that's encouraging you, even if you can't see it. Some people encourage you low key. Some people encourage you in their heart, in their mind, but they never tell you until later, you know, or they tell you, you know, in an opportune moment, and you're like, oh, I never thought you felt like that. You know what I mean? Even things that you can't see, you know what I mean? So the universe is supporting you with this new journey, this new adventure. And you pack it light, honey. Erykah Badu said it, pack light, honey. She said, don't miss that buzz. And Libra, Mercury in Libra is not trying to hear that. And it's comfortable, you know, because Mercury is air. Well, it's a dual air and earth, but that's a whole story. But so be careful with people knocking you out of your present state. Don't get into an argument, because this is like easy, quick, I'm about to curse you out placement. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look, Mercury and Libra makes up curse words, and you can feel it, okay? It's going to be very relatable to the situation. It's going to be worded so eloquently. I mean, my gosh, okay? So please, okay? You might have a little bit of friction, you know, some mountain and some molehills to go through. But, you know, check yourself. You know, don't knock yourself out of that 0 state, that present state. That's rare, okay? That's really rare, okay? This is why the flower is being held. I mean, it's precious. You know how you get a bouquet of flowers and you be working hard. You be Googling how to keep it alive. You know what I mean? Do I put aspirin in it? What do I do? You know, alkaline water with it to keep it alive. So you wanna be in that state. How can I keep this present state alive where I'm staying in the present? Where I'm just, you know, working and going off of faith. Like, I'm not really giving it no thought, honey, because it's all pure. It's intended to be pure. You know, on the other hand, you know, you could just be reckless. You should so much so that you know you're being reckless, because time is speeding up so fast. Like, you know, because you're going to get that reward, whether negative or positive, like real quick. You know, you could do something today, the next couple of hours it's coming back to you, whether negative or positive. So, you know, don't be so reckless out there. But at the same time, if you see opportunities and you see the intent is pure within it, then don't sit on it so long. Don't ponder it. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Make those mistakes. You know, trip over a rock or so. At least you know, okay, I tripped over that rock. Let me not go, you know, that side. Let me look down a little bit when I'm walking or so. But you'll learn along the way. But just don't be so, you know what I'm talking about, where you're just so fast paced, like so. But Mercury's here to slow you down, so I really have faith that, you know, you're gonna be all right with this one, with this retrograde and this Fool card here. So you go ahead, Libra. I'm excited to see what comes out of this. Please comment below on this one. Have a good day and night. Mercury in Libra. All right, this is for Mercury in Scorpio. You got the Justice card, okay, the number 11 card. So the Justice card with this Mercury and Scorpio saying, there's some justice that need to be served. Whether you need to make a decision, you know, or a decision is being made on you, whichever the situation might be. But, you know, in the good light of it, if you do have a situation where you are in court or you're dealing with legal matters, wherever it might be, that justice is, you know, on your side. There is compassion with the justice that's being said, with whatever statement, whatever outcome happens. There is compassion that is deliberated with. So it wasn't just a conclusion was made just, you know, off of anything. No, it was empathy, you know, included in it, and compassion included in that decision as well. So whatever the outcome is, take it as it is. All right, and move on. You know, don't wallow in it, because it was deliberated with compassion. It was thought about with compassion, whatever that outcome is going to be for you. And then vice versa. If you have to do that to someone else, if you have to make a call, you know, use compassion with it. Use some empathy with your decision on what to do, what not to do. If you're in charge of people and a situation that came up or responsible for people and you got to make a call, you know, even if you're down to a coach, you know what I mean, where you got to make a call, you know, I'm just using different scenarios, you know, use compassion with that, you know, and be to the point, you know, anything that's coming to you now is going to be to the point, all right, because it's Mercury and this is the Justice card, so it's all about that communication, that sharp, to the point, ain't no BSing around it. So if you have to make a call, don't BS around it. Be to the point, but be fair about it. You know, don't be having animosity or hatred in your heart when you make these decisions, because, you know, you might mess up somebody else's, you know, life based on how you all mad and all in your feelings about this person. This ain't got nothing to do with feelings, and it's a Justice card. So Scorpio, Mercury and Scorpio, get out your feelings. This ain't got nothing to do with feelings. This is about being fair and compassionate, whether you're going to receive that or you need to give that to someone else. All right, so have a good day and night. And you know what I want to add too, also what goes around comes around. So whatever decisions that you do make, you know what I mean, it's going to come back to you. So be mindful with the power that you have to be direct. Yes, be upfront with it, but also be balanced and do it from a clear and pure space. That way it will come back. Any kind of outcomes will come back as pure and balanced as possible. On the other end, if something's coming towards you and you being judged or whatever, don't worry about it. Those people are going to be compassionate when they make their call. Have a good day and night, Mercury and Scorpios. Alright, this one is for Mercury and Sag. So you have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, I mean, whatever you were working on, whatever you invested into, it is working. You know what I mean? It is flourishing. It is whatever you put your time, your energy, your money into. You know, the people that you are communicating with, you know, it is bringing you to a higher awareness of what to do, what not to do. However, you know, you've been working so hard, you know, maybe it's time to just take a break. You know, it's about to be a full moon, and this will be a good time to, when that full moon happens, to take a break for a couple days. You know what I mean? Take a break for a week. That's okay, because you can see a broader perspective when you take that break. When you kind of just woosah, you can weed out what is good for you, what is working, what is not. You can prune out the bad, you know, and keep the good by just taking a break. I mean, you deserve it. You know what I mean? You got this far, you know, where it's actually flourishing. So why not step back? On the other hand, if you feel like, okay, you're stuck on a project, or you might be stuck in a relationship, it might be the point where you've been putting all this energy and all this effort and all this money and all this time and all this investment, even when it comes to a relationship, you know, and you're not getting that back. You're not seeing it. You know, this might be a good time to step back, you know, go on that vacation, you know, even if it's mentally, just to reevaluate, you know, what's going on, you know, with the relationship, or even if it could be a job situation, or however, where it feels like nothing is growing. You done put in all this time, energy, all this investment. Like it could be an investment, putting all this money into some project that is supposed to grow or something, and it's not growing. This would be a good time to step back and reevaluate, to say, okay, what needs to be pruned, you know what I mean? And then what do I need to water and till and all that other kind of stuff. So Mercury and everything is going to be okay, you know what I mean? However, you might get a little turbulence. It's not a lot of turbulence, it's just minor. You know, when you're in an airplane and they be like, it's going to be, you know, minor turbulence, and the plane just shakes a little bit and then it stops. It's something like that. So either way, whether you give it up or you keep it, it's not going to rock your boat too hard. You know what I mean? If anything, you're using your fire, your Sagittarius fire, to direct where your thoughts go, where your communication is going, you know, what you're focusing on, what are you using your mental brain power for, you know what I mean? What are you using your gifts and talents towards, you know, and who are you putting that energy towards, or are you wasting your time and energy and money and effort? And I don't even care if it's donating to, you know, a profitable charity. If you see that organization is just not doing what you think should be done by now, it might be that time to be like, hold up, wait, you know, and step back. Take that 7-day, you know, break away from it and see what comes up out of it. You know, time to go internally, trying to rest your brain, rest your emotions. This is not really an emotional time. You know, with the retrograde of Mercury, it's all about that thought. You know what I mean? So, and then the feelings come after that. But it's about that thought. All right, so have a good day and night, Mercury in Sag. All right, so this is Mercury in Capricorn. If you have a Mercury in Capricorn, you got the Two of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles coming out this reading. So you're balancing a lot, you know what I mean? On the one hand, it's great, you know what I mean? You're multitasking. I mean, Mercury is about that life, okay? You're busy. I mean, things are coming to you and you're handling it from one side to the other. Sometimes you're whistling while you're multitasking. Other times you might be stressed out while you're multitasking. So some people are able to do it with Mercury and Capricorn. Others may not. But the good thing is with Mercury retrograde, it's slowing things down. You know, everything is like rewind. You know what I mean? So everything is kind of going in reverse, and you're kind of looking back at the past and all this other kind of stuff. And that might be adding to your load too, because of all the past, because of everything that you might be holding on to, juggling, and things like that. But this is very good for you right now, because now things are going to slow down, where you can now prioritize wherever you're lacking, wherever you feel like, okay, you need more attention, emotions is running high. Maybe it's a family situation that deals with emotion, a house situation, a relationship, you know what I mean? A job you were working at for so long, but now emotions is running high, you know what I mean? And you're trying to balance it while your emotions is going high. It's time to take a step back, okay? You're gonna have to find a space where you're going to have to figure out whether you write it down, you know what I mean, journal it, put it in your phone or whatever, to-do list, time management, basically, wasn't what I'm saying, you know, Virgo style, you know, put it down from 6 to 6:15, I'm going to do this, from 6:30 to, you know, 6, you know, to 7:15, I'm going to do this, you know, whatever that takes in order, you know, whichever's going to work, color coding stuff. You know what I mean? Alarm systems, using alarms more now to make sure that you get there on time. Whatever it is, take time. It's about to be a full moon, so it's to be a good time. Ooh, innocent Cancer. So, right? Yeah, so perfect. This is a perfect time to just, when that full moon hit, to use that as a reason to just chill out and see what things need to go, especially if something is going way left, like it's just like getting out of control. That's kind of a signal, or you're seeing red flags. That's kind of a sign, okay, that's something that you need to take time and attention with. And it's going to be hard to juggle, but what isn't? You know, juggling is not easy. Otherwise, everybody would be able to do it. But definitely, you know, focus, you know, and focus specifically on the things that are getting out of hand emotionally, starting to affect you physically, and it can get you sick, at some point in time. Stress can cause a lot of illnesses. Just stress. Just look it up if you don't believe me. I mean, it's a whole list, okay? That's a whole thesis, you know what I mean? That's a couple of volumes of just information just based on stress. And there's low-key stress, and then there's high-key stress. Low-key stress could be happening for 10 years before you start seeing deterioration. Or high-key stress, it's like right away. You're stressed out and then you bang your knee because you're so stressed out, that you wasn't focused on where you're going. You're so stressed out that you walk in and you trip over something, because you were so mad and angry. Or, when you're mad and you're driving in the car and you cursing somebody out in the car and you get into an accident or something like that. Stress, there's instant repercussions, or somebody gets stressed out and they get a heart attack and die, because that was just the last tip, So definitely take a step back, use this full moon and this retrograde to be like, hey, let me just see where I need to switch some things up in my schedule. I need to spend more time on this and that. But for others who are already knocking it out, like that, it's like watching you at a circus and you're like, yeah, all right, I got this, go ahead, the ships are not falling. You know what I mean? While you riding these waves and stuff. So whatever formula you're using seems to be working. So keep it going. But just know that with multitasking, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of time. So, just keep that in mind and don't let that get to your mind. Don't let your mind tell you, oh, you're not doing enough. You know what I mean? Or you can't sleep because this gotta be. You know what your body needs because you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. And since everybody been locked down for like 2 years now, people starting to realize what their body needs now because they had this time to slow down. Oh, I bet you since COVID, people been going to the bathroom more so than when it was at work because they're probably drinking more. You know what I mean? They're not worrying about what their boss is going to say because they got to pee every 10 minutes. Just simple things like that, that we now slow down to take care of. So I know this is long, but this is for you. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye. Okay, Aquarius. Mercury in Aquarius. You got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups with Mercury, in Aquarius, you're going to be like on it when it comes to your associations and people that you meet and the groups that you're with. I mean, even individual people, you're going to have like kind of a Libra way of dealing with things. You know what I mean? So, which is like your sister sign actually to Mercury and, to Gemini and Aquarius. So it's like you're going to have this way where you're going to be able, but it got water to it. It got emotions to it. Like you're going to be able to intuitively know, what people want or what people need or how people are feeling. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're going to be a little psychic running around and it's like on high, and you're just going to know the right words to say and what to do and how to put people together and how to like squash beef and how to be in harmony. Like you on point when it comes to relationships, whether it's individual or whether it's a group. And people are going to feel, they're going to come to you like as a counselor, and you got Mercury in retrograde, so you're comfortable with what's going on with communicating and things like that. And with Mercury retrograde, it's like it's slowing it down, and it's going to be more people that like people in your community, like people that you talk to on the phone and see every day and FaceTime or whatever. They might be coming to you for some enlightenment, for some counseling, some little therapy or whatever. So don't be surprised, because you're going to be considered as the one who knows what's going on within that person or that group, or whatever situation. On the flip side, to everything, it's like, okay, one hand, you know, you could be balanced with your emotions, but on another hand, you know, somebody could be out of whack. Somebody with Mercury and Aquarius could be out of whack with their emotions. Like, you're getting overwhelmed with some things, you know. It's not as high as it could be, but it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable because the air sign don't really want to feel too much, you know what I mean? And with the retrograde, it's right next to Saturn too. So I'm just saying, like, you're not feeling it right now. You ain't feeling it. So if you ain't feeling something, it's time for you to step back. You know, I was telling everybody, other signs, that it's a full moon coming up. It's in Cancer. I mean, it's a perfect time to just, you know, take a couple days, you know, away and just be you. Just do you. You know what I mean? Kind of like, you know, get your journal out. Or if you rhyme, put some rhymes down. Or, you know, if you just like to draw or paint. Or if you just like to sit and think. Or whatever the situation. Even if you just like to read. Whatever is going to put you in a cool, calm, collective state where your intuition can rise. You know what I mean? And you can sit with that within yourself, by yourself, and figure that out. And then you'll be able to make decisions on how to get over these emotional humps. You know what I mean? And they're not, like I said, they're not really huge, but they could get huge if you don't address them. You know, for other people, you know, with Mercury and Aquarius, this is you're going to be shining in whatever group, whatever community you're in, whatever household you're in. You're going to be shining. You're going to be the person that people come to and communicate to. It's going to be a lot of communication, but whatever you have to say in return is going to be so legit, so balanced, so on point that people are going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, I got to come to them often or her often. You know what I mean? But this is only for 13 days. After 13 days, you might be like, listen, okay? But other than that, have a good day. Have a good night, Mercury in Aquarius. All right, Mercury in Pisces. All right, this is a reading for Mercury in Pisces, the 10 of Wands. So, you know, yes, this man or woman or whoever is, looks like, you know, is struggling, you know what I mean? But not necessarily, you know, depends on how you look at it, because wherever he's going is right there. You know, he can see it, you know what I mean? So the finish line for you, Mercury and Pisces, is right there. Whatever you're thinking and communicating and putting that with, you know, your dreams, illusions, your imaginations, you know, it's almost there. You know what I mean? You've been working on it. You've been working hard. Some of it might be a burden for you, but you can see it coming. It's kind of like, let's just say if this person was building a house, you know what I mean? That's 10 sticks closer to his house being completed, and he's right there in his own town, so it's not like he's dragging it miles and miles away. He could have just went, turned around, and grabbed some sticks right there, but it's heavy to get from one place to the other, you know? Like if you are moving, everybody done moved up in here, you know what I mean? So that big box it takes you to carry from the truck to the house is heavy, and it's the house that you like, you're excited to move in, apartment, condo, whatever, you know, tiny house, but it's a heavy box. You're not just going to sit there and complain and you're going to leave that box outside, you know, not knowing, you know, what the weather may bring. You're going to bring that box in because you're ready to create, you're ready to build, you're ready to decorate, you're ready to set up for the night, you know what I mean? So with a goal in mind, maybe, you know, when you move, you're like, okay, by sundown, I'll at least have the curtains up. I at least want to have the floors, but, you know, you usually have something set that you want to be done by nighttime, because at night you've been working so hard, you want to be relaxed. So this could be on this man's mind, just that end goal. You know, and he don't mind that burden. Like, you don't mind carrying that heavy box into your new place. You know what I mean? So, especially when you were moving out for the first time. Come on now, everybody know that feeling. Especially if it was by choice, you know? But, here's the thing. A new thing is coming. New life is being built. New projects is being done. So stay on those projects. Now, on the flip side, you could be so burdened in secret that nobody knows about it, and you need help, you know. Let's just go back to a house scenario. If I'm trying to build a house and it's just me, myself, and I have the skills to do it, but I'm at a part where logically, you know, even though I'm passionate about getting it done and doing it myself, and I know I could do it, but I really want to get it perfect. Excuse me, I really want to get it exactly right. And I'm excuse me, I'm contemplating it. Oh my goodness, look at what's going on. I'm contemplating at home by myself, you know, how am I going to do this? You know, I'm spending hours and hours and hours when it's so much easier just to go across the street and you know the guy across the street or the lady across the street or the kid across the street, you know, is good at XYZ that you can use, and it can cut you, you know, 2.5 days off the project just by taking 3 minutes, using that Mercury, that air, okay, to communicate your ideas, your dreams to the person right across the street that has no problem on a Sunday afternoon coming over and helping you do what you gotta do. Simple as that. So you take it as it is, but for those who know they can do, you know, it's a big project, you know, like if you get something from IKEA, you know, do people still buy from IKEA? But anyway, and you trying to build it and you're like, I know I can build it myself, and you know you can. It just might take you a while to read the instructions, but the goal is to get it done, and you eventually do get it done, and you know you can do it. You don't really need help, you know what I mean? That's all good. Stuff like that is good, you know? Just like you're racing in a race, you see the finish line, you don't need the onlookers to pick you up and carry you the other mile, you know, because you're not hurt. You just need to motivate yourself within yourself, you know, to get that done. Or maybe the motivation from the onlookers to continue to go on. You know, maybe he has somebody that's waiting for him to finish it so they all can move in or whatever. So whatever it is, you know, Mercury and Pisces, keep working on it and don't give up. And if you do feel, you know, where you get to the point where it's starting to physically exhaust you and mentally exhaust you, there is no emotions in this. You know, I'm not going to say emotionally. Physically and mentally exhausting you, because there's no emotions for these next 13 days with all this, you know, air, and it's retrograde in Pisces, and you're, you know, and Mercury in Pisces, wherever that is in your natal chart. So, you know, ask for help. You know, don't drown yourself, you know, with your emotions like, oh, what are they going to think about me? They're going to think I'm weak. They're going to think I'm incapable. That's not the point. The point is you're just trying to make it a little bit easier for you to get your project done a little bit faster, a little bit easier for you to move on to the next step, whatever that may be. Have a good day and night, Mercury in Pisces.